So, what are some tips for healthy communication in marriage? Hi, my name is Carl with hopeformymarriage.com. I've been counseling couples for over 22 years, and communication is always at the foundation of the challenges that couples face. Each person wants to not only be heard, but to be understood, and that really lays at the foundation of creating good communication with your marriage. It's not just hearing your spouse, but it's understanding what they are truly trying to say, and more importantly, how they feel. So, there's a couple of things that you want to work on in your communication that will drastically improve your communication. The first thing is to take turns speaking. Let one person speak, and then when they are finished, you want to clarify what is being said. So, in a husband and wife communication situation, it'll look like this: the wife tells her husband something, and the husband should respond with these words: "What I hear you saying is," and then repeat back what was just said. It's interesting in a counseling session how many times what gets repeated back isn't what was said, because the husband or the wife is listening with bias, or they're not listening completely, or they're not listening to understand, they're just listening to hear. So, this restatement of what's been said is a critical piece of helping the other person know that they have been heard and that they have been understood. The next thing that's important is when we talk from how we feel, not accusatory, not pointing fingers. So let me give you an example of how this might work. I might say to my wife, "When you made that statement, here's how I felt." Instead of saying, "When you made that statement, you were saying this to me." No, that's not what we want to do. We want to talk about how I received the communication. When you made that statement, "Here's how I felt," is that truly what you meant to say? Again, we want to clarify. And so this point of clarifying communication is probably one of the greatest tips I can give you when it comes to communication. We always want to clarify what's being said and not take things for granted. My wife and I have been married for 32 years, and even now it is not uncommon for one of us to say, "Do you know what I mean?" And the other one to say, "No, I'm not sure I do know what you mean. Is what you're trying to say this, or is there something else you're trying to convey?" It gives the opportunity for clarification. The other thing that we want to do is we want to affirm what is being said, even if we don't agree with it. Thank you for sharing what you're feeling and your thoughts. Did I understand you correctly when you said these things? Thank you for being honest and open with me. Part of what we have to create in our communication environment is a safe place. A place where we can communicate our feelings, our thoughts, and our ideas without taking the risk of being hurt because of what we've said. What we want to do is make sure that there's clarity and understanding in our communication. Now, here's another tip for you. If it's a volatile topic, set aside a time to discuss that topic when emotions are not running high. Sometimes we want to start these conversations in the heat of battle, and we do more damage than good. It's much better to say, "This really is a volatile topic. I'm feeling myself wanting to be defensive. Can we come back to this topic in a few hours or tomorrow and let some of the emotion die down?" that gives you a chance to look at things objectively. So just remember, we want to be heard and we want to be understood. And so if you'll take these extra steps of active communication, hearing, receiving, clarifying, and understanding, you'll find that your conversations go much smoother. If you need additional resources to help you repair your marriage, visit hopeformymarriage.com, download our free handbook, and I look forward to talking with you again soon.